I'll be completely honest. Initially, when my parents told me, hey, you're going to Fork Union, I wanted nothing to do with going to a military school. I didn't want anything part of it. I just wanted to be able to relax, grow my hair out, wear jeans to class. And it definitely showed. My first year, I winded up on probation, which means I accumulated over 100 demerits, which is not particularly what you want to do, because if you accumulate 155, you get kicked out. I accumulated, I think it was 120, so I was fairly close, but my TAC at the time, great respect from Colonel Billingsley, he had like a sit down with me heart to heart, and he explained to me that, you know, it doesn't matter if I really want to be here or not, I need to at least, you know, take to heart the values that I was trying to teach. And because of that, I honestly think that's when I realized that I had to at least, you know, take the lessons that it was trying to teach me, because in a couple of years I'm going to be going off to college, then I was going to be going off into the real world, and if I didn't learn these values, I wouldn't be nearly as successful as I would be otherwise. I significantly decreased my demerits, and I eventually I started off as a squad leader, moved my way up to a staff sergeant, and my senior year, I was selected to be the first sergeant of Bravo Company. My parents actually offered me, hey, do you want to come home for your senior year? And I said, as much as I would love to, I've gone too far. I'm going to make sure I get that diploma, because I understand that I started it, I've gotten this far, I want to finish it. So if you had asked me at the end of sophomore year, yes, I would have probably gone home in a heartbeat. But at the start of junior year, when I realized why I was here and what I was supposed to be taking from this experience, that's when I learned what it was trying to teach me, and it made the experience, you know, worthwhile. It's not all fun and games, you know. If you wanted fun and games, you would go to a normal, regular high school, but because it's different, it teaches you values that you can't learn anywhere else. So, and ultimately, that's what makes it a special place to be able to say you graduated from. I was able to embrace the, you know, the moral standings and the character traits it was trying to teach me, and I realized that I needed to keep that going forward. And I talked to the admissions counselor, and I said, I think you might be able to pull off going to a service academy. I was like, really? Those like only take like the best of the best. There's no way. It's like, hey, you've pulled your grades up tremendously. Your SAT scores have also improved. With a couple of great recommendations and coming from Fork Union, you should be able to get it. Sure enough, I'll never forget as I was first sergeant, I was talking to my company commander and another classmate of mine, and my tag officer, Colonel Billingsley, same one, came into our room and was like, hey, I got some news. One of us just got accepted to West Point. And I knew that the other two were going off and doing like amazing things. I've kept in contact with them, but I knew they weren't applying to West Point at the time, so immediately I was just like, I can't believe this. I'm currently going to commission as an engineer officer in 3 days. My first duty assignment is going to be the 1st Armored Division at Fort Bliss, Texas. My job is going to be a combat engineer, so my job's going to be either route clearance or demolition. So obviously, when I'm going to be a leader in the Army, I'm going to credit West Point, because they're the ones who gave me the military skills necessary to successfully complete the job. But the character who I've become, and also the leadership skills that I've developed, I'm going to credit with Fork Union with being the initial foundation, because when I went there, that's when I learned, when I was a first sergeant, you know, how to perform my duties to the best of my ability, and ultimately how to take care of those below me. And ultimately, by laying the foundation, that's how I was able to come here and become the best Army officer that I know I can be. Overall, I would say that Fork Union definitely made the transition from from high school to college, or from college to the military, definitely a lot easier. I definitely credit Fork Union with at least getting me onto the right path to develop my leadership to be successful where I am today.